Yay Media Group.
So from my perspective, I'm in the room, right? And I'm so used to falling in line, right? Everything at CBS. I'm like, oh, I get it. He overtook his powers, whatever it was. But so I was like, oh, no problem. I didn't have a problem with it. I'm like, no problem. I'll just sit here. And the TV was like so fancy. I just remember I'm like, how do you turn this TV on? I can't even get the TV on in here. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, can I have a beer? And he's like, just hang on. They're almost ready for you. I'm like, dude, like now.
By the way, almost ready. It's just me and Burton having a couple glasses of wine, waiting for this guy to come down.
Hey guys, episode 192. All of our OG followers, if you're watching, you already know who Alex Boylan is. This is Jeff's really good buddy. He produces travel shows. He does the college tour. He's not wearing his college tour shirt right now. I put a button-on
shirt. I should have put.
I know.
I was wearing the college tour earlier.
No, I love it. And then he just wrote a book. This is for all the parents out there who have high schoolers, kids in college. You want to get this book for your kid here. But first, let's just talk with Alex for those that don't know.
What's the name of it, love?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm holding it up. You say it.
The Miles That Make You.
He's going to be on Jeff's show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Promoting his book.
Great Day, Colorado.
It's going to be in town. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
buddy. This is great.
This is awesome.
I miss us like all hanging out.
I know. This is fun.
You know, you got a kid now.
I know.
Life changes. We have 2 kids. But man, we go way back. And
this would happen no matter what. The fact that we're recording, what's going on now is I'm fascinated where this interview is going to go.
Well,
or if we call it an interview. Or just
hang tight, buddy. Okay. Because you never know where it's going to go. You never know where it's going to go. But yeah, if you don't know Alex, the show that I did that I talk about all the time on here, Around the World for Free, we could get into that. But that's what Alex produced, and that's how me and Alex met. I got that job. The whole story's actually hilarious.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about it because, by the way, well, tell me, I don't want to jump in here, but
no, let's tell that story.
Okay, because I was thinking about like, what are we going to talk about? And you guys both, I was asking them, what are we going to talk about before we started this thing? Like, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah,
that's how we do it.
Which is really cool. But I was thinking like, we should tell the story, or if you want, I'll tell it from my vantage point. You can tell it from yours of how we met.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I think it's fascinating. So like, all right, is this like 2010?
No, it was.
I was trying down.
When did we end Big Brother?
2009. It was at the end. It was like
right.
September.
So
okay, it's around then. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so it's around then. Around the World for Free. We'll get into that later. It's a crazy show. First,
here, before we start, let's cheers. Let's all
cheers. Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
I'm drinking water.
All right,
sorry.
I'm
saving
I've been
it.
drinking wine for maybe a little bit.
Yeah. I ate beef jerky today.
Okay.
Some wine with Alex. We got too excited seeing old friends. But let's go back to the beginning.
Okay, so Around the World for Free season 1 works, and we'll get into what the show is. But one person has to make it around the world using the help of the online community. It's the first
and you
online
created this. This was you did it first.
Yeah, and that story, if we go down it, could take like 4 hours, right? Of like the creation of it with Burton and all that stuff. But season 1 ends up being a success. We kind of like had it doesn't matter, but CBS now is involved. CBS wants to buy the franchise. They're super excited with the success of this. Let's roll. So Poverty Shallow from Survivor was going because Erica Shea was kind of not involved, but like really pushing, like you should have Poverty be part of it. And we're like, sounds good, right? As CBS was like, we're going to do a second season of this.
Oh, okay. Oh, so Poverty was involved.
You don't know this?
I didn't know that.
Okay, so right after season 1, when CBS officially says like, hey, we want to do Around the World for Free. Really, we want this to be a CBS property. We want to like roll with this thing. We're behind you fully. Okay. So when that happens, which is after season 1, because they're kind of half behind us in season 1, and gets us with the CBS early show and all that. But so here we are. Poverty's like the one that's kind of being shuffled in basically via Erica Shea.
And Erica Shea was on Survivor, right?
She was on Amazing Race.
Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Erica Shea was on.
Erica's like, Erica, hey, what's up, Erica?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her in forever. I'm missing love.
What's up, Erica?
But like she's like number 2 to Lynn Spellman at this point in time, basically running casting for all the CBS shows.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like heavily involved with like just more from an influential standpoint, not officially, just being like, here, you got to do this. If CBS does this again, you got to put Poverty in here. Okay. Joe Ferreira, Michelle Lynch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just bringing back some old memories, right? So I can't remember if it's Michelle or Joe. I think it was Joe calls up. So now it's like official. This is happening. And they go, listen, we don't want, and I hate saying this, I feel like we're get canceled in today's culture, but they're like, we're scared for a girl to do this show. That's literally what CBS says. They go, we want a guy. So now Bert and I are on this mission to be like, oh, they're like, so it's two things. We want a guy. We think it's too dangerous for a girl. And number two, we want it to be a reality, like alum. So those are kind of the mandates for season 2. So we set off. And so Ethan's on, I'll know Ethan. Like, so Ethan, we're talking to Ethan, Colby. I could tell a whole story of meeting with Colby. Like,
these are Survivor players.
These are also old school Survivor players that like now we're talking to of like, hey, maybe one of them. That's basically what we're supposed to find is who out of all these old, and it's, it's a little earlier than it is today, but out of all these guy reality players, who should be the next player?
Hang on, before you start, in case
is this
people
all
don't
making
know.
sense?
Yeah. Alex.
There's a lot of inside baseball here.
Was the first, were you the
Second.
second season winner of Amazing Race, if you don't know. And that's why I want to include that because we're talking about these reality people. So Alex won second season of Amazing Race.
Yeah. So this is, that early era of CBS reality shows.
When CBS was cool and it had cool workers and they're all gone now.
Best. It was
the
best.
So good.
It was the best. It was the best era. Like,
I went back for reindeer games and I'm like, I don't even know this place.
I know. That was an amazing era. So anyway,
died.
So now that we're on this mission, so we're and like I remember Colby. Colby's like, I like the adventure. He's so handsome. He's like, I like the adventure, but like, there's a lot of people to stay with. I'm like, dude, that's the show. Like, you gotta love people, right? Anyway, and I love you, Colby. But like, so lots of conversations. Ann O'Grady, who like I write about her in the book because they around the world for free. So much of my journey with CBS would not be possible without her and her like
Ann's amazing
inspiration of like funneling a lot of this through the network. Anyway, so she calls like random on a night. She goes, I got it. Jeff Schroeder. That's Ann O'Grady.
Yeah.
She like literally calls out, like, she's like, Alex, you gotta meet Jeff. He'll be like, you're coming your best friend. Literally, that's what Ann said. She goes, he's on Big Brother. I hadn't watched Big Brother. So I don't know you. So I don't know who she's talking about. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm like, all right, I'll reach out to him right away. So and when Ann says something, it's like, you do it. Okay. That's like she knows what she's talking about. She ran marketing at CBS for like decades, right?
We had taco night.
She's incredible, right? And like lots of the successes at the network, or you could credit to her. So, so I get this, she's like, so Jeff. So I call Jeff. So I remember, who I called? Erica Shea.
Okay.
So I call Erica just to like kind of like, hey, Ann just called me. I'm like, I go, she's this guy named Jeff Schroeder. She thinks would be perfect for Around the Fray. You know what she does, Erica says? Like drops everything. She goes, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't think about that. She's 100% right. You got to call Jeff right away. So now like Ann, and these are two people that know reality, know everything that's going on, are like, yeah, why is Jeff not here? And so I call Jeff like out of the blue. I get his number, I don't know, from someone at CBS. And so I call and I'm like, hey, Jeff, my name's Alex. I do this show called, I'm dying laughing already. I do this show called Around the World for Free. It's this online interactive show, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, anyway, like your name keeps coming up. I think we should meet. I'd love to have you come to LA and let's have dinner and just like hang out and talk. And the phone gets hung up, like full on hung up.
You hung up on him?
Dude, okay. The phone, so I'll stop there. But like, it's like like buzz tone. Yeah.
So after I did Big Brother, right? We get our 15 minutes of fame. We did Amazing Race. It all ends, right?
Yeah.
So everything has to end at some point. So I'm like, I'm going to go back to work. And what my work was telemarketing. And the whole reason I was working at telemarketing was because my boss let me go on auditions. You guys heard my Dave Deeney stories, my Mimo stories. They were my boss. So I went back to work. I'm like, well, I got to work. I got to do something. I was still dating you. Or like we started dating. I'm like, I got to get some money here. Like keep things going.
Couldn't be broke.
Wait for the next thing. I mean, we had some money in our pocket, but I'm like, it's the next thing. It's time to move on. So my buddies, all we do in telemarketing was just break balls. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just crack jokes. So they would call up and be like, hey, this is the president of whatever. Like, do you want to come host this show? I'm like, who is that? I'm like, you losers. So they would call me and do all this stuff, So I get a call and they're like, hey, this is Alex Boylan with CBS. Do you want to do this show Around the World for Free? In a nutshell, I'm like, get out of here. And I hung up. I'm like, pork chop, is that you, dude? I'm like, who is that? And everyone's like, dude, that wasn't me. I'm like, what? Did you call me back or did I call you back?
I called you back. Like right away. Cause I was like, oh man, he doesn't like the show. Like, I don't know what.
I thought it was my buddies.
Yeah, totally.
Breaking my balls.
Man.
Yeah, it was funny. And that was it. And
so then I still didn't believe it. you're like, hey, you want to do this show where you travel and meet people and do all these adventures. And I'm like, wait, this is like my dream. Like, this is not real. That's why I hung up. And then he's like, no, this is legit. He's like, we're going to fly you out to LA. We're going to put you up at the Standard Hotel. Or not the Standard, the Mondrian. What's that one?
Where the Sky Bar is?
The Sky Bar. It was the Mondrian Hotel. Yeah. This really famous bar on Sunset Boulevard because I used to live there. So I knew it. I'm like, wait, this is legit. So I probably called you after.
Yeah.
You probably don't remember.
No, I'm thinking of another story, I think, when you went back and it was somebody crazy that either worked for you, but I'm not going to say name, but was...
Oh, like, wait, I know.
Crazy. And I was like...
I don't want to say the name. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this early era.
On speed.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know you're talking
about.
Yeah.
Is that
so?
Right?
Anyways,
yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about. We don't need to go there.
Yeah,
we don't need to go there. Yeah, it's not part of the story.
So no, it's not. Anyways, so I get flown. You guys fly me to Los Angeles, right? I'm like, oh man, at least I get a free trip out of this either way.
All right, guys, you know how we love our AG1. We talk about it all the time. It's definitely one of my daily routines.
We just got back from a 2-week trip. We took our AG1 packets with us. It saved me. I got this cold and I loaded up on my AG1 on our trip while we were gone. And I love it. It gives you the energy you need. It helps with your gut health. Gut health is like the number one thing for me right now. And if you have a healthy gut, you're healthy.
I brought my AG1 travel packets with me. I took them every single day. I know things happen. You know, of course you get run down, but I promise you, without my AG1, I wouldn't feel as good as I do today.
Every morning at breakfast, when we go to the restaurant, Jeff would bring his AG1 tumbler to the restaurant with us, and you would fix your AG1 there.
Because when you sign up and get the full AG1 package for the month, you get 5 AG1 free travel packets. You get your AG1 that you put in the fridge at home, and you also get that sexy bottle and spoon with it.
Yes, and vitamin D3K2.
And I drop it into every morning. So every time I go to the airport, my water bottle with me is my AG1 water bottle.
Then you have your AGZ that you can take at night.
So I love the AGZ because I love the flavor. To me, it kind of tastes like a cappuccino or a chai tea flavor. And I put it in hot water or I drink it cold, and it's great to go to bed on. So the first thing I drink in the morning is AG1, and the last thing I put in my body at night is AGZ to help me sleep.
Head to drinkag1.com/togetherness to get a free welcome kit with an AG1 flavor sampler and a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2 when you first subscribe. That's drinkag1.com/togetherness.
We're at the Mondrian. I'm in my room, and I remember that guy who you're talking about. I was going to bring him up, but that guy you're talking about is like, you got to wait here. You can't leave your room. And I go, I can't? And he's like, no. And I was so used to falling in line with Big Brother.
Okay, yeah, you know? Can I jump in here real quick without saying names? Like, everything that he was doing, like originally was like, he wanted you to go from the airport to make it to the Mondrian for free. And he told this to him. He's like, hey, listen, like, let's see if he can do it. I'm like, bro, like, this isn't part of the show. Like, you know, let the shit, this is like just trying to put someone to the test. Can I just meet the guy? I go, so imagine with this human that I'm sitting here you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm literally sitting on the other end being like, and I remember him holding you like hostage in your room.
Dude.
As if it's like some massive, like, it's like Amazing Race before they're making a final announcement, what have you. I was like, hey, dude, just, this whole thing is about, honestly, Burton and I meeting Jeff Schroeder. That's all it is. Like, let's just hang out.
Yeah,
I was like, can we stop playing these games? Like, I was saying the same thing.
So from my perspective, I'm in the room, right? And I'm so used to falling in line, right? Everything at CBS. I'm like, oh, I get it. He overtook his powers, whatever it was. But so I was like, oh, no problem. I didn't have a problem with it. I'm like, no problem. I'll just sit here. And the TV was like so fancy. I just remember, I'm like, how do you turn this TV on? I can't even get the TV on in here. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, can I have a beer? And he's like, just hang on. They're almost ready for you. I'm like, dude, like now.
By the way,
like,
almost ready. It's just me and Burton having a couple glasses of wine,
Yeah.
waiting for this guy to come down.
Yeah.
So we just hang out and get to know each other.
yeah, so now I'm getting nervous. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, what? I thought this was just like a meet and greet. I'm like, now I gotta wait.
That's
here.
exactly what it was supposed to be. As a
So
meet and
I'm
greet.
waiting in there for like an hour. He goes, all right, you can come down now. I'm like, all right. And I've never even met you guys yet. So I come down there. I'm like, man, that was crazy. What's going on? Nice to meet you guys. And then I don't know like how you guys are gonna react, how I'm gonna react. And then it was you and Burton. And it's so crazy. I wish that was recorded for some reason. Because looking at
honestly,
it now,
I have no idea.
I was probably like timid. And like,
I would have loved to have that meeting recorded for sure. Because honestly, I don't really remember the meet. I just remember walking out being like, "That's our guy," like for sure. And then
I
we were
remember
doing-
walking out. It was like dusk or like nighttime, and it was like at the Mondrian, at the Sky Bar, where I
Yeah.
used to go party.
Yeah,
and I was
totally.
like,
Yeah.
man, my Hollywood dreams are coming true. Like it's happening, you know. And I'm like, don't fuck this up. So I just went down, and you guys were so cool. Burton's drink. He's like, hey, what's up? You want a beer and a shot? I'm like,
yeah.
for sure.
Burton's decision would be like, "How many tequila shots could you handle?"
And I was ready.
Hang
I
on,
was
and
ready.
if people don't know, Burton
Burton-
was on Survivor as well. Burton
Yeah.
Roberts, very nice looking Texas. Oh, we talked about him. We were talking about how our gay friends love him because
Oh.
he's such a man.
I think everybody
He
loves
is
Burton.
such a- yeah. No one doesn't love Burton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's for everybody. But I don't even know how the rest of the night went. We started
Honestly, I
drinking.
actually don't have a recollection
No,
of what
I
we
think we
talked
just-
about or what happened afterwards.
We just started telling stories
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. We just talking about reality TV. Oh, you did this and I did this. And it wasn't so much about like, so here's a question. Let me ask you this. It was just like meeting each other.
Just like this, just like
Yeah.
hanging out.
Totally. And
But
it
I think you guys hit it off because now that I know you, and then you introduced Jeff to a lot of your buddies, I feel like Chicago and Boston guys
Oh,
just hit it off.
For
And
sure.
New York, y'all all are the
Yeah.
same. And if for those that don't know, he's a Boston guy.
There is
Alex
a video somewhere. I think it was when Vine came out. That's how long ago it was. Do you remember you and I think Lisa Hennessy did. Someone did like, here, you have to do the Boston accent, Jeff, and I have to do the Chicago accent. There's a
Oh.
video I can remember. I feel like it was over Thanksgiving this time of year, ironically. And like I remember this. Anyway, yes.
Well, when Alex has more glasses of wine or tequila, the Boston comes out.
Oh yeah,
the
I can park my
accent.
car.
Yeah.
I need to. Yeah.
But yeah, I
But
think that's
so
why
that's
y'all
how
hit
it
it
all
off.
went down. And then we did around the world. I mean, listen, we can make this 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, well, when you guys say we got to keep this around a half hour, I was like,
No,
okay,
we can make it two
should-
parts.
No,
we
I'm
could
just
go, We
joking.
can keep going.
Yeah, we
No, I
can-
don't mean it like that. I'm just saying. That's
we have
great.
so
can make
many
a half hour.
memories, but keep going. Okay,
but
so
let's
you
dig
guys
into
met.
So it actually went through, which was crazy.
And
You know what I
then,
mean? And that was the old, I was younger, I'm older now, not as handsome, all that. But
Jeff, you're
those
very
were the-
handsome.
No, but
so-
those were the
so stop saying
days
that.
that like Hollywood dreams came true. Maybe just because it came true for me, but it's like you're on Sunset Boulevard. You're like flying in for a meeting. Like
Yeah.
you're talking with people from CBS, higher ups at the network. It's like, let's go schmooze. Let's have a dinner. Let's see who you
Yeah.
are.
It's
you
not
know,
like that
and now
anymore.
it's like,
No, I think that
And now
same
it's like-
happens, but like you're not that if someone said, Jeff, hey, come on into LA tomorrow, we're gonna have a meeting, you just wouldn't feel that same way.
Yeah.
You would if you were 25.
Yeah.
You would if you were like 28 and you were hustling trying to figure it out. I bet there's a lot of YouTubers and like Instagram people that all of a sudden get the call from like CAA or like a big agency.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, there's a guy I know who runs a decent podcast and all of a sudden he got like signed by CAA and it was like, I get. So I think that's like what that experience was is a moment of time.
I guess. Yeah, I think
it's a moment
I
of
think
time.
You're right.
Like-
And it was like the best moment.
I'm not
in
saying
time.
it can't happen for people in different eras or different decades and different times of their life, but there's a moment you made it. You know what I'm saying? Like you like that happened to you. It doesn't happen to everyone.
And then I
Yeah.
got signed with Wilhelmina and my agents in Beverly Hills. And like once a week we'd go out to lunch and like, hey, what do you want for lunch? I'd go up to the office. You want a cappuccino?
those
espresso?"
days might be over.
Yeah,
I
those
feel
are gone, dude.
Yeah,
Those are gone.
Those days of like
man,
free
I remember
lunches
like
might
those
be
days,
gone.
like holy, and I never like my head never got there. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I'm like really making it, like it kind of did, like with all that, and then all of a sudden, the world, after years, the world changes, and now I have an agent out in the Valley, and I'm like, do you guys validate? And they're like, absolutely not.
No validates anymore. If we know what we're talking about, everywhere you got to park in LA, you got to validate.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you got to pay $30 in parking.
It's just so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that like, so,
That's funny.
so people out there who like, when I say like dream and I kind of lived it, I know it doesn't sound like much, but that was like my dream.
But
You know?
Alex
Oh,
was
totally.
a dreamer. Jeff
Yeah.
always would look up to Alex. So when you were hosting CBS.com, like small little show, Alex was the guy you looked up to because Alex was like doing.
For sure.
He's always calling like AB.
Because I'm
I'm
like,
gonna call
AB
him.
will make it happen. Let's,
Yeah.
because I mean, what do we do together? We did.
You know
Around
what's
the
so
World for
funny?
Free.
I was thinking about it because it probably doesn't get enough. I couldn't write every story in the book, but like, I mean, we've done. I was thinking about how many shows have we done together? We did Around the World for Free.
Jeff
Between
and
Jeff and Jordan does America.
Jeff and Jordan
Remember
do
that one?
America.
That was an amazing one.
Okay, guys, so we're going to go there too. And we got to talk about some things because Alex,
Wait, hold on. Let's finish.
Okay.
Jeff and Jordan do America.
Between takes, you
Between
remember
takes.
that?
yeah.
Which was one of my favorites.
That was a
I
great.
still think that
I mean,
could work.
I still remember. Between takes. Remember that soap opera guy? We were at like the Palisades. Oh, so bad.
Josh.
Yeah, that was that park's probably gone now in the Palisades.
Yeah.
But you were pitching him baseballs. You were like throwing him baseballs. Talk. It was
Oh.
this show for CBS called Between Takes, basically taking the celebrities and what happens when they're off camera and you do whatever the celebrity did, like go skeet shooting and like
With Joe Montana.
Yeah, it was so good. Anyway, sorry.
Dude.
I digress. This is your
I
podcast.
remember. No.
But that
we-
was cool though.
we
That
just-
was,
I'm telling you,
that was
that's how-
that was a great show. Yeah.
And I forgot that guy's name. He's still on that show. I think it's what's the other? Not Bold and Beautiful. The other one.
Oh, I don't know.
But he said something I still remember in that episode. Like, he said something. where
He's a
like,
good
oh, this
guy.
is what I do. Super good guy. And he had these 3 kids and he wanted them all to be baseball players for the Dodgers. And you're like, yeah. And now I'm throwing you balls. I'm like that. Like, now I'm throwing you baseballs to hit your kids. It was this precious line of like, it was another one of like Jeff's million one
Yeah.
liners.
But you know what's funny? I don't know why this sticks out because I remember it. I played baseball my whole life. And Josh is a good looking guy, bigger
Yeah,
guy,
totally.
and he was so gracious to do that. I think his name's Josh. I don't, but what the hell's that name of that
I
show?
have no idea.
The other one, not Bold and Beautiful, the other one. I feel bad. I didn't know we were going to go here. But anyways, I remember we're filming and he's like, dude, you know how to like take a ground ball? And I'm like, yeah, for sure, dude. So we're filming. I'm like, I haven't thrown a baseball in years. So he hits me a ground ball and we're filming. And I was like, oh my God, can I get this thing? I'm like, is it going to hit me in the teeth? And I like ground it. And he goes, throw it to first base. And I threw it to first base and I threw it over to backstop.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember that.
He's
but
like,
I
and he's
remember
like-
that shoot for sure.
And he's like, dude,
Yeah.
I thought you said you played baseball. I go, dude, I got nervous. I don't know what happened. I just fired
Oh my
it.
gosh, that's so good.
But he was a
That's so
great
good.
guy. He was
Yeah,
a
that
great,
was
the
good.
young and the restless. That's
Okay,
the name of the show.
yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how we're going down that road. But we had so many good shows.
But like the thing is, there's 1,000 stories there.
A
So
million.
many.
Yeah, it's good to sit here. I don't know how we
We could
unpack
go in
which
so
one
many
you want.
directions.
Yeah, maybe Jordan, you need to be like the moderator here because
Oh, yeah.
No, well, I mean, we
guys-
could bring it back to like your book and your story and all that stuff, which we're gonna.
We can
but
go wherever we want.
AB is the most positive person.
Oh, thank you guys. Yeah,
I know. And AB always like if things seem down, AB's like, life's great. It's amazing. If you're stuck in the airport, he's gonna find something positive about the airport. If you're pissed
Aw,
off.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're very happy. You bring people together. And there was a good group of people in LA. We all ran around together before, we moved. And Alex just always had an idea and then would bring us into it. So Jeff told Alex, Jordan and I want to move. And he's like, why don't we do a show about it? And
Hey,
so,
can we set the tone for this? Hang on a second.
Okay, go.
Because I forgot about this, of the setup of this. Okay, so this is Jeff. You're telling the story about Jeff and Jordan to America.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hang on. Because
Okay,
we
go.
have to tell the story about missions in action because we were in Ethiopia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Wait.
so hold on. We're doing a show.
Okay, go.
Can I set up?
Yeah,
Can I
go.
set this up for the audience? Okay, so Bert and I are doing the show called Missions in Action. It's basically around the world for free, but we're telling the story of like what happens when you buy a goat for a family in Sri Lanka or like sponsor a child in Africa, whatever. So we're basically going down to like the fabric of humanity. It's very much like around the world for free,
Oh yeah.
but in the charity world, right?
Mhm.
So we would tell the actual story. Yeah, you bought these like 6 chickens for this family. Look how it changed their life. We'd tell that story. It's amazing. If there was any show I would do for the rest of my life besides around the world for free, it would be Missions in Action.
By the way, I bought everyone a goat and chicken in my family that Christmas.
You did?
Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh,
did.
it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Because it's amazing
You
what can
learn
happen.
about sustainable
Yeah,
living.
totally. It's like, anyway,
Yeah.
and we could go down, anyway.
Yeah.
So we're in Ethiopia. Okay. And I think we should take a minute to tell the story because this is how crazy it is. So I'm in Ethiopia. We're filming the show. The idea is, hey, Jeff and Burton are going to fly in. Burton, my production partner, and Jeff are going to come in, and Jeff and I are going to host two or three episodes together, both scars. We're going to tell stories together. So we're gonna basically do a couple of the episodes together as a team. So I have to get up super early, okay, to do something. Burton is, texting me, hey, we're getting in on this flight and blah, blah, blah. We're exchanging. This is a hotel. And you got to remember, I don't know what year this is, but around this time, 2012, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So like technology and like just texting people and it's a little different.
Yes.
Okay. It's a little different. And we're in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Okay. And, so many stories about Ethiopia. So many stories we could tell about this. But, so I go, hey, here's the address to the hotel. I'll see you guys in the morning. I wake up, I come down, I knew you guys were coming in late. I get a coffee. I'm sitting down in the hotel, and it's Addis Ababa. It's a little different, but all of a sudden I'm like, man, it's getting kind of like, where are these guys? And I start like hitting them up, right? Like, hey, where are you guys? Like trying to, and I don't even know if we had text. Maybe I had text. Anyway, I get a message. Burton's like, where are you? And I'm like, what do you mean where? I'm down the lobby. Where are you? He goes, no, you're not in the lobby. And I'm like,
what happened?
He tells this story. Him and Jeff get dropped off in the wrong place in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa.
I didn't know
there's
that.
Like there's like hyenas chasing you guys down the street. You never heard this story?
Oh my God.
Like legit hyenas are like.
So I'll tell you now from my point of view.
Okay.
So me and Burton are flying together to Ethiopia, and he's like, we're having drinks, we're having fun, and Burton's like, where's the girl with the drinks? And he's like, let's just go back there. So we're in the back of the plane with all like the Ethiopian stewardess or whatever, just having drinks, telling stories, like the plane's like rocking. Me and Bert are just back there drinking. We got hammered.
Gosh, I'm dying.
So we get there and I'm like, dude, what are we doing? We're in Africa, dude. This is crazy. So he's like, let's get a cab. So we get a cab. We're going down this dirt alley because we have the address. I'm like, dude, I don't think this is it. I'm like, it's like this, think of an alley here and think of an alley in like Africa.
I'd be scared.
So there's this dog. So all you see is headlights. There's this dog. And Burton's like, I think we're here. And I'm like, I don't think we are, dude. And I'm like, I don't think that's a dog either. It was a hyena, like ripping some garbage apart. Like you just see its big eyes. I'm like, dude, that's a hyena. And Burton's like, well, let's go see if it's it. I'm like, I'm not getting out of his cab. And we were in the middle of nowhere. There's like one hut. I'm like, I don't think the AB's here. I'm like, I'm not getting out of his cab. And he's like, opens the door and the hyena like looks over and you see like its eyes. And I'm like, this is wrong. Let's go somewhere. So long story short, to wrap it up, we couldn't find where AB was.
The airport, right?
No, we got a hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back at the airport.
We're like, we told the cab driver.
So how far away were you?
I don't even know because I'm talking to Burton the next day. Burton, by the way, like it's hard to get him up. He's not an upset human being. He doesn't get upset. He's cool under pressure. All these things.
Yeah, there's a hyena right next to him. He's like,
that morning, I can remember the tone of him. He was so upset. He's like, dude, like that was a wrong address. And I was like, I don't think so. Like I gave you the right. Like I don't think so. Like but it's and this is the joy of travel and doing travel shows, especially in that era when it's like written down on a piece of paper and you got to find a place. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing. And then, by the way, you left after we got done filming, and me and Burton went down to Zambia and Zimbabwe.
And that's where the guy, like the bungee jump.
Yeah, we did
like a week after.
Yeah,
because I remember Jeff joked the next day. I had to go off when I was filming some stuff. And Burton's like, "Hey, let's go down. I think it's near Zambia or Zimbabwe.
It was the border. Yeah, that's Victoria Falls.
Victoria Falls, and you can bungee jump. You can do a swing." And he's like, "I remember Jeff right in here." He's like, "Yeah, of course." Burton wanted to do the trifecta and everything.
Dude, I go, like, Burton, I'll do one because he brings me there, and he goes, just have a beer, and I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, listen, I'll do one. I hate this. I hate heights. I'll conquer my fears. Let's do it.
And this is
so he goes.
I believe this is like a top 5 bungee jump in the world.
Yeah.
Just to set the audience understand this.
I've talked about it before.
Oh, you have talked about it.
So I'm like, I'll do the bungee jump because I did skydiving on Around the World for free in London. So I'm like, all right, let's check this box and I'm done. So Burton leaves and he comes back and I'm like, all right, what time we do? And he goes, I signed us up for all 3. So we do like a pendulum swing,
can still see it.
A zip line, and a bungee
Burton
jump.
got us the gold package.
We've had so many people staying with us lately. I haven't wanted to cook. And you know what's been saving us is Gold Belly.
Yes.
It's delivered straight to your door. You can just put it in your freezer. We have gotten great sandwiches from Louisiana, Texas barbecue. And then I just recently got the pumpkin spice cake that we are going to have for Thanksgiving.
Do you know what I had for lunch?
What?
Leftover Texas barbecue.
Yeah, you did.
The burnt ends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're the best. That's what I had for lunch. It's the best. You get a little taste of all across the United States right at your fingertips. It's perfect for the holidays when you're having people in town like us, or if you want to bring it as a gift to someone's house and give them a little taste of their hometown. What a great
I
holiday.
know. I love that idea. It's so nice. And it's so personable too.
If you're looking for that perfect holiday gift that you don't know what to get your neighbors or your good friends, but you still want to get them something, look to Gold Belly this holiday season. I'm telling you, it's really going to move them. I love when people give me a little taste of home, and now you could give that back to someone in your life.
So if you are looking for the perfect holiday gift or want to impress your friends and family, like Jeff said, with an epic Thanksgiving, go to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code TOGETHERMESS. That's goldbelly.com, promo code TOGETHERMESS for 20% off your first order.
Trust me, your friends and family are going to thank you this holiday season.
Be the favorite at Thanksgiving.
Yes.
After you do that stuff, you're like, just rush. You handle it so well. I can't stand heights. I can't stand it.
Thinking about it, my knees are.
We went to this dinosaur virtual reality thing, segue here. And you put on these virtual reality glasses, and it was like a dinosaur thing. So it brings you back in time, like to the dinosaurs.
Where's this? Here in Denver?
Here in Denver. It's called
The Dino's Alive.
Yeah, Dino's Alive. And so you put on your glasses and you go through like these little things and stuff. And I'm with the kids. And all of a sudden you end up on this mountain, like the Grand Canyon's below you. And you're on this little ledge. And you have to walk just like 3 feet. It's all virtual reality. You have to walk 3 feet in front of you on this little board above the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And I took my goggles off. I'm like, dude, I can't
do it.
dude.
My stomach
I was
nervous.
freaking out.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyways, going back to that. But so I conquered all those fears, checked all those boxes, but that wasn't even filmed. I wish we brought a camera down
right?
there
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That
with
was like
stuff.
good
But
times.
you love that stuff. You love just jumping off of stuff.
Well, now I have just so the audience says I have a 1-year-old boy.
And you
little
think about
McLaren.
things more? You can't
Not
be
yet.
as adventurous?
But I think about thinking about things more. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't yet stopped myself from. First of all, I haven't done it. I haven't been in the position to do something. But I think about. I think about myself. I'm like, I wonder if I'll live life differently because I have not thought of. I haven't thought about it. I've done a lot of things where I'm like, yeah, there's probably about 100 things that could have killed me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And if I look back on the journey, thank God and now I got obviously a wife and
You got more
Have you-
and a little guy
responsibilities.
to make sure.
I use this phrase because there's different times of your life, and depending on who you are, things change. And I use the term BC, before Christ, but before children.
Before children. That's a good one.
And it's
good one.
you're a different person.
Yeah.
You don't want to take those risks or maybe not do that job in Africa or do something like that. But then you got to do what you got to do to support your family and make yourself happy. How do you balance that?
It's a great question. And I don't know if I'm far along in the journey. You two probably know better than me, but I think about all this stuff. I think in general, I'm going to go with I think about what I know my grandfather's story really well and what he sacrificed for my mom and my dad's family and what my dad did for us. So as I think about that, I'm less concerned about if I have to go, and Katie knows this, if I have to go travel for work, I gotta go travel for work.
Right.
We're not gonna play, listen, I grew up with a dad who was traveling, he was getting his doctorate. I can remember as a kid, my dad and he had 4 kids, so he had a lot to energy run around. But he would take me on one piggyback around the house. And I can't remember what age I'm at, but let's just call myself 5. I love my dad to this day. You know what I mean? I don't think back and be like, my dad wasn't there for me at every single little thing. I remember that one piggyback around the house when he was home. You know what I mean? And my dad and I had a great relationship. So I don't know. It's too early to tell the story,
Right.
but I don't want to go into the trap of I want to like provide. And I, if anything, I want to like lead by example. Like, go get it, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, go get, I mean, like the last chapter of this book, if you don't know, it's written to McLaren. It's basically written to the next generation, but it's written to him saying, hey, this is what I learned. This is what I want you to take on with you. And so I'm not going to stop running. Like I think it's better for me to keep running and for him to see me run than for me to like, hey, I'm not going to run. I'm just going to be right by your side every 5 seconds.
But
but what do I know, guys? I'm 1 year.
No. I think that's great.
And I don't know.
Let's get into this book too. The Miles That Make You. Again, you guys got to check this out. If you have a teenager, I would suggest, or a college kid, someone who's just trying to figure out their life. Anyone who's trying to figure out their life, read this book because Alex took those chances in life, and he's telling you what he learned from those experiences, and it's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money if you can't do those experiences yourself.
Because you're definitely somebody that has lived on the edge, no regrets, like just live life to the fullest. And you still are. I'm just saying, when I met you and you were, you guys were a lot younger, I was like, holy cow, these guys.
I want you to go through the book. I want people to read it themselves and get it themselves. But I want you to kind of give us Cliff Notes of like from beginning, why you started this till like where you are now. And why you wrote the book.
Why I even wrote the book? Yeah. Okay, which is a great question because it started. Okay, so with the college tour, which is the show I run right now, if you have a person, someone in high school, you should watch it on Amazon Prime. Over 200 episodes, 16 seasons. It's awesome.
So
each episode tells the story of a different college campus.
Right. So instead of going to visit the college in West Virginia or Washington or Texas, you could just watch Alex's show and it gives you a synopsis of what's happening at that college.
My niece didn't have the money to go travel around the country. She's like 99% of the students, high school students out there. She was my inspiration for building the show. Okay. So, if you look at the end card of every episode of the college tour, it wraps up with saying inspired by Isabel Palmazic.
I didn't know that.
And millions of high school kids around. Isabel's Andrea's, my older sister's kid. And that was it. Me watching her trying to figure it out, not having money, like, like a normal kid. Like, where should I go? So that's why the show was created. Okay, so where the book came from. So imagine we're 16 seasons in. It's been an amazingly successful show. I spent a lot of my time on these college campuses hosting the show, but also talking to these students. And a lot of times it started with talking to film and television students, and then it kind of started expanding. Oh, can you talk to them? And before you know it, it'd be like an auditorium full of kids. Like, I shouldn't say kids, college students. And saying, hey, can you just talk to them? And
no, they're kids.
At first, I didn't even know what to say. Like, I really was like, what do I want me to say? And I'm a yes guy. Like, I say yes to everything. People at the college tour probably hate me for it. Everyone knows. Like, if someone asks me to do something, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. So it started with like talking. And so I was just, the speaking became bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, almost like part of what I would do when I would show up on campus. And it took probably a year for me to figure out like how to talk. What should I even say? Like, I didn't know. I didn't have like a script written out. It wasn't like I'm a public speaker. So what in short turned out is I would tell the story of my life. It's like the only thing I know. I'm going to tell you the ups, downs. I'm not going to like sugarcoat anything. Tell you the trials and tribulations through it all. And then I'm going to turn it over and be like, hey, listen, if I was in your shoes right now, if I was sitting in college, this is what I would go do right now. And it's really all about like how to build relationships. You got this superpower being a college student. You can open up any door you want. It's like, you got to take advantage now because the day you graduate, here's the thesis of this. The end of my talk would be like, no one cares about a college graduate. Mm-hmm. Everyone will help a college student. You know what I mean? Think about student reaches out to one and you go, hey, would you talk to me for a second?
For sure.
You know what I mean? Would you give me some advice? Hey, I just graduated. What do you think? It's the difference of like, I need a job or I need advice. So take the advice to build relationships. Anyway, that's like when I started speaking about it. And then, so I was originally going to write a book called How to Land Your Dream Job Before Your College Graduation. That was originally what was in my brain that I was like starting to think about. And this is too off the rails, but like someone who used to work for Burton and I, Ashley Spence, hope you're doing well out there. She wrote a book and I read the book and I was like, how'd you do that? Because it was so well written. And so I got on a phone call with her and she kind of like inspired me. I'm like, oh, you can do this, and kind of showed me a few things. So now I'm like, I'm going to write this book. And then as I started getting into it, two things started popping in my brain. I hope this all makes sense.
Yeah.
My parents are in their mid 80s.
Yeah.
I have a 1-year-old son. It's a really interesting stage of my life right now. Right. Yeah. And so as I was thinking about that, and the more I was like starting to write and talk to this team that was going to help me put this book together, it was like, the more this should just be my book. It should just be a memoir, which by the way, I learned a memoir is a piece of your life. An autobiography is like at the end
Oh,
of your
yeah.
life. If you want to tell the whole story, a memoir is just like a piece. You're going to tell a story of your. And so I was like, you know what? I want to tell the story from basically the beginning to where I'm at now, and try to like hopefully inspire and inspire really the next generation to go get it. If there's any reason, but I would say why I really did it between you, us, and everyone else who's watching. 3 people. I wanted my parents to read it while they're still alive, and I wanted to say, thank you for everything you gave to me. And then like this little kid eventually, like, hey, by the way, because I tell the story of my parents and what they did and all this stuff. I'm like, hey, buddy, this didn't start with me. This started generations before you, and he's gonna have an easier life than I had, which is an easier life than my parents had. But you gotta understand where this fabric comes from. So.
Do you think that? Do you think?
But at the end of the day, it's all about it's a wild ride. Yeah, I tell the story of my life.
Listen, I know all the adventures. I know all the stories, and we could talk about it for days. You got to go get the book yourself, The Miles That Make You. I'm telling you, if you're into travel, you're into adventure, you're into taking chances, you want that next risk, and you're on the fence of whether I should change something in my life, read the book, and it will. I mean, the book will inspire you. He inspired me personally. So
thanks, man.
Both are great. I mean, you are my inspiration.
Oh,
really, you are. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
I don't think I'm your inspiration. I think
I wouldn't be here.
But that's not the point. I don't think you're inspiration. I think you're inspired. And I think we just like fortunate. I always say like, thank God for us and for everyone else that's in our lives. Like we connected at the right time.
The stars aligned.
I thank God that we're connected because we're going to make content and do cool stuff for the rest of our life.
If anything's going bad in Jeff's world, work-wise, he calls AB.
Oh,
yeah.
thanks.
You know what? I don't even know where we're at here. I think we're running a little. Let's stop it here. We didn't even take a break.
Okay.
No. We're going to continue. We're going to keep
What
rolling.
do you mean?
We're going to do a
rolling.
part
Tonight?
2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Keep rolling.
Okay, cool. Oh, I thought.
Are you
No,
done?
we still got more to go. Let's
cool.
pick it up on the next episode. We're going to close it here right now. Again, you guys get The Miles That Make You between here and our next episode that we're going to film right now. It's The Miles That Make You by Alex Boylan. Get it anywhere you get your books. Check out the college tour on Amazon.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
What's your Instagram handle?
At Boylan Alex.
All right, we're going to close this one up. We're going to pick it up we're going to pick it back up next episode.
All right.
All right, cool. Cheers, everyone.